Please be seated. It's my immense pleasure to welcome the Chancellor and Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh, Sri Biswabhushan Harishchandran ji, the Minister for the Chief Guest and the recipient of the Honorary Doctorate, Justice Sri N.V. Ramana, the Honorable Chief Justice of India, the Minister for Education, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Sri Botsa Satyanarayana, the Principal Secretary for Higher Education, Sri J. Samla Rao, the Chairman, AP State Council for Higher Education, Professor K. Hemchandra Reddy, and the Vice Chancellor of this University, Professor Rajshekhar Patteti Garu, for this 37th and 38th Convocation of Acharya Nagarjuna University. I also welcome the Rector, the Executive Council members, the judges, the Honorable Judges of the High Court, the Deans of all faculties, members of the Academic Senate, donors of the gold medals and prizes, distinguished guests, university staff, fabulous families, spectacular parents, gloriously looking graduates, print and electronic media. I welcome you all to the 37th and 38th Convocation of Acharya Nagarjuna University. A warm welcome to all of you.
Your Excellency, Sri Biswabhushan Harishchandran, Honorable Governor of AP and the Chancellor of Acharya Nagarjuna University, distinguished Chief Guest, Honorable Chief Justice of India, Sri Justice N.V. Ramana, Honorable Minister for Education, Sri Botsa Satyanarayana Garu, the distinguished Honorable Judges from the High Court of Andhra Pradesh, Principal Secretary Higher Education, Sri J. Syamal Rao Garu, Chairman State Council of Higher Education, Professor Hemchandra Reddy Garu, the revered members of the Executive Council and Academic Senate of the University, the Rector and the Registrar of the University, the faculty, the supporting staff, the graduates, postgraduates, PhD holders and winners of the gold medalists in respective disciplines, parents and relatives of the graduates, gentlewomen and gentlemen, I extend a warm welcome to you on the occasion of the 37th and 38th Convocation of Acharya Nagarjuna University. It is indeed a moment of pride and privilege to have the presence of His Excellency Sri Biswabhushan Harishchandran, the Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh and the Chancellor of our University. Known as the promulgator and practitioner of Gandhian ideals and principles, Sri Biswabhushan Harishchandran is an embodiment of virtues, sublime humanity, celestial sagacity, and administrative democratization of morality, humility, and human values. Honorable Governor has been instrumental for the purpose of expansion and qualitative growth of higher education in Andhra Pradesh. The University and the graduates will proudly cherish your august presence on this occasion, sir. Today, the University takes legitimate pride and deems it an honor to confer honoris causa on a distinguished personality, His Excellency Sri Justice N.V. Ramana, the Honorable Chief Justice of India. The University expresses its gratitude for his acceptance and also feels proud to proclaim that he is the great alumnus of this university. Sri N.V. Ramana, with the dint of hard work, sincerity, commitment, and with the invincible spirit, became the exemplary legal luminary and the Chief Justice of India. The existence and the life of the university reaches its zenith with his consent to accept the honorary doctorate. The consent of the Honorable Governor to bestow honorary doctorate on this distinguished personality will be a perennial and perpetual inspiration to the rural background and downtrodden students of this university, as the university primarily caters to the academic needs of the downtrodden India. In the 46 years of the existence of this university, nobody has reached this prestigious position of delivering justice to the nation, and none will ever reach this position from this university. So this university will remain grateful ever for this gesture to the Chief Justice of India, which will be inscribed with eternal permanence in the history of Acharya Nagarjuna University. In this convocation, 39,244 graduate and postgraduate degrees and 775 PhD degrees will be awarded in various disciplines. 228 gold medals and 18 prizes will be awarded to the students and research scholars for their outstanding performance. I congratulate all of them for their commendable and stupendous academic performance. You are all aware that during the last 2 years, COVID pandemic that the humanity has ever experienced has completely devastated the normal life and particularly affected the university and higher education across the world. ANU has withstood the onslaught of pandemic with undaunting spirit. Having lost some of the best teachers and supporting staff, subscribing to the guidelines, the university is concerned about the academic commitments towards the students. Holding online classes effectively, conducting the examinations, evaluating the scripts, and declaring the results of UG, PG and research examinations on time without violating COVID rules has kept the university academically alive. I congratulate and thank our beloved students, faculty and supporting staff in quickly adopting to the blended mode of learning. Completing 46 years of existence, the university has made rapid progress in terms of academics and research. The structural expansion of the university is simply enigmatic to its students and to anyone who visits the university. With the wonderful architectural structures spread across 293 acres, the landscape of the university poses an explorative challenge to the mindscape of the visitors. On this occasion, I thank all the successive Vice Chancellors and the eminent personalities who have contributed to the holistic development of the university. The university is accredited by the NAC with A grade, with College of Arts, Commerce and Law, College of Sciences, Dr. YSR ANU College of Engineering Technology, College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, College of Architecture and Planning, College of Physical Education as constituent colleges on campus. The university offers 66 PG programs and PhD research programs in 48 disciplines. The university has 6,500 students on the campus, in addition to 160 foreign students from Nepal, Burma, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Tanzania, Libya, Iraq, and our Center for Buddhist Studies is most popularly known in Southeast Asian countries as the Center of Excellence in Buddhist Philosophy. Right now, the university has 434 affiliated colleges in Guntur and Prakasham districts. The university's Center for Distance Education is a world-class brand offering 30 UG, PG and diploma programs with a student enrollment of more than 6 lakhs. The university has a distinctive separate hostel for international students and sports hostel for both boys and girls. From the time the last convocation was held in March 2020, Acharya Nagarjuna University has achieved 88 international ranks, 20 national ranks, 2 certifications, 2 records and 1 award from the well-reputed freely delivered ranking organizations. In UI Green Metric World Ranking, World University Rankings in the category of education and research conducted by the University of Indonesia in Jakarta, ANU has attained 380 rank among the selected 957 universities worldwide. Among the 35 universities listed in India, ANU has secured 8th place and bagged 2nd place in the state. In Impact Rankings 2022 by Times Higher Education in London, in the category of Sustainable Development, ANU has bagged 23rd place in India. In Asia University Rankings 2022, ANU has bagged 351 to 400 world rank. In Young University Rankings 2022, ANU has got 1st rank. In Emerging Economics University Rankings 2022 by Times Higher Education, ANU was placed at 1st place. In Quiz Asia University Rankings 2022, the university was placed in 501 to 550. ANU also secured ranks in Skimoga, India Today, The Week, etc. ANU became the first public university to achieve Quiz iGOG E-led Learning Excellence for Academic Digitization certification by Quiz in 2020, by Quiz iGOG Rethink Tank Big Talks for Young Folks on 13th June 2020. Our ANU student Dr. C.H. Manjusha received the award from Srimati Smriti Jubin Irani. Our faculty received Lead Indian Award from Indian Book of Records 2021, and another faculty received Indian Achiever Award from Indian Book of Records 2021. Our engineering students won the Smart Indian Hackathon 2020, organized by MHRD Innovation Cell. 1,800 students received certifications from SWAYAM, Coursera, edX, IBM, and Microsoft. An academic exhibition was conducted in March 2021 on the theme Sustainable Development Goals. There was tremendous response from the students and faculty of affiliated colleges who participated with innovative and creative presentations. Government organizations like NDRF, APSSCD, Siemens, AP Innovation Society, IIDT, APTIA, APSSDC, Dassault Systems, and ARC participated in their exhibitions. The university has centers of research and excellence sponsored by UGC schemes, Center for Women's Studies, Center for Gandhian Studies, Center for Scientific Socialism, and Ambedkar Chair are sponsored by central government. Mahatma Jyotirao Phule Chair and Sri Babu Jagjan Rao Chair were initiated by the university and are yet to find sponsors from the central government. The objectives of these centers is to disseminate the ideas and thoughts of the great personalities through several research programs and activities. Center for Australian Studies was inaugurated by Andrew Collister, Australian Vice Consul from Australia Consulate General, Chennai, to promote research in Australian studies and literature. Center for Canadian Studies with the assistance of Shastri Indo-Canadian Studies, New Delhi, will also be started in this academic year. The university has centers of excellence like PRISM, ISRO-sponsored Satellite Data Analysis Center, Aquaculture Research Center, Center for Community Social Responsibility, Big Data Analytics Center, Center for Material Testing, Quality Testing Laboratory, Intel-sponsored Center of Excellence in VLSI Design, etc. The Primary Health Center of the university on the campus provides medical aid to both the students and the staff, and the COVID vaccination drive was conducted at regular intervals to facilitate and ensure that our staff and students are vaccinated. The internet facility on the campus is provided round the clock. The university library has a large collection of books for the ongoing teaching and research work in the university. It has a microfilming unit and documentation cell. The library has been subscribing to as many as 450 national and international journals, besides acquiring the back numbers of frequently used journals, and spend about 60 lakhs every year for this purpose. The university follows CBSE pattern. Academic programs of interdisciplinary nature are offered. Evaluation is done through continuous internal assessment. Stringent measures are taken to ensure that the campus is ragging free. The Anti-Ragging Committee and Anti-Ragging Squad sensitize the students continuously and monitor ragging on the campus. In addition to the Community Grievances Redressal Cell, Women's Grievance Redressal Cell, Internal Committee for the Disabled Students have been constituted promptly to address and mitigate the related complaints and issues. Our University College of Physical Education is hailed as the best in the country. It has excellent sports facilities like 8-lane 400-meter synthetic athletic track, flood lighting system as per IAF guidelines, fitness center with sports sciences backup, and Center for Excellence in Weightlifting. Miss Eraji Jyoti, University Athletic, represented India in Commonwealth Games in 2022, held at Birmingham, England, and won gold medal in 100 meters hurdles. The university, through the Department of Physical Education and Sports and Sciences, encourages the medalists by providing incentive marks, cash awards, sports scholarships, and special examinations. ANU NSS Cell has a network of 300 units with a volunteer strength of 25,000 students who are actively involved in the state to carry out the Swachh Bharat and National Integration Camp programs. Our NSS volunteers have done a commendable job during COVID-19 pandemic by creating awareness on health and hygiene, the vaccination and the precautionary measures to be taken. Essential commodities, masks, sanitizers were distributed in the adopted villages by the university. In addition to the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Sri Justice N.V. Ramana, the distinguished alumni of the university, the list also includes Sri Justice Lav Nageshwara Garu, who served as Additional Solicitor General of India and Judge of the Supreme Court of India, and who got retired as Judge of the Supreme Court in the month of June this year. Happy to note that the present Honorable Judges of the Honorable High Court of AP, Justice G. Ramakrishna Prasad Garu and Justice Dr. V.R.K. Krupasagar Garu are also the distinguished alumni of our university. The university has the visit of distinguished academicians and personalities who visited the university. Kota Harinarayan Garu, DRDA Chairman, Professor B.A. Rao, popular scientist and present Vice Chancellor of HCU, W.W. Rajendra, Vice Air Chief Marshal, Dr. G. Satish Reddy, Chairman DRDO, Dr. Avinash Chanda, former Chairman DRDO, Dr. M.V.S. Prasad, former Director SHAR ISRO, Dr. K. Kiran Kumar, former Chairman ISRO, Dr. Raja Rajan, Director SHAR, Dr. Y.V.N. Krishnamurthy, former Director NRSC Hyderabad, Dr. Y. Srinivas Rao, Director NSTL, Vizag, Dr. Sri Hari Rao, former Director General DRDO, Dr. Kuni Krishnan, Director ISAC Bangalore, Dr. V. Sheshagiri Rao, former Associate Director SHAR, Dr. Bhanumurthy, Director General of DRDO are the distinguished personalities who visited the university in the recent times. Our university has foreign collaborations with reputed institutes like Institute of Scientific Research and High Technology Services, East Africa Statistical Training Center in Tanzania, Department of Technology, Jackson University State, Jackson, USA. The university has also signed 5 MOUs in the past year with International Crops Research Institute for Semi-Arid Tropics, Xcorp Biologicals, US and India, Amar Immunodiagnostics Private Limited, Hyderabad, Sandur Prototonics Limited, Hyderabad, and SK Pivotal Foods Private Limited, Vijayawada have the MOUs with our university. Traditions of celebrating the foundation day of the university, conduct of NSS Youth Festival, Intercollegiate Youth Festival, the Independence Day, the Republic Day and the Constitution Day, commemoration of birth and death anniversary of great personalities have been kept alive to foster national integration among the students. The success of this institution is achieved on different fronts is the direct consequence of the commitment of the members of the university community, the generous cooperation extended by the government, the Honorable Minister for Education, the Secretary for Higher Education, the Chairman State Council Higher Education, the teaching fraternity, the supporting staff, the enlightened and philanthropic public. I wish to thank the members of the Executive Council, the members of the Academic Senate, the University Grants Commission, as well as the students, research scholars, teaching and supporting staff for their unstinting cooperation. I also extend my thanks to the enlightened public and the media for their encouragement and assistance in modeling this institution. I congratulate all the graduates of today for their achievement. Having obtained postgraduate degree, your journey into lifelong learning has just begun. The challenge before you is to serve the society positively through your newly acquired knowledge. I implore you to be good ambassadors of this university in whatever capacities you find yourself. I am extremely thankful to you, Mr. Chancellor, His Excellency, for being gracious in consenting to preside over the convocation and permitting me to present this report. Thank you very much. I request the registrar to read the citation introducing the chief guest to this convocation.
Mr. Chancellor, I deem it a great honor to present to you Justice Sri Nuthalapati Venkataramana, the Chief Justice of India. Justice Nuthalapati Venkataramana was born in an agrarian family on August 27, 1957 in Ponnavaram village of the state of Andhra Pradesh. He graduated in Science and Law from Acharya Nagarjuna University in 1982 and became the first generation lawyer of his family. He was enrolled as an advocate at the bar on February 10, 1983 and practiced in the High Court of Andhra Pradesh, Central Administrative Tribunal, Andhra Pradesh Administrative Tribunal and the Supreme Court of India. He was panel counsel for various government organizations including the Indian Railways and also functioned as Additional Advocate General for the state of Andhra Pradesh. He has expertise in civil and criminal law and has vigorously dealt with the matters pertaining to constitution, labor, service, interstate river disputes and elections. He was appointed as a permanent judge of the Andhra Pradesh High Court on June 27, 2000 and also functioned as Acting Chief Justice of Andhra Pradesh High Court from March 10, 2013 to May 20, 2013. Justice Ramana initiated various measures for the promotion of Indian legal system while he was the President of Andhra Pradesh Judicial Academy and introduced regional judicial conferences emphasizing on administration of criminal justice. He has introduced major changes in the training of judicial officers and also the quasi-judicial officers from Securities and Exchange Board of India, Commissioners of Central Labour Department and Registrars of Cooperative Department. During his tenure as the President of Judicial Academy, he organized a joint conference, first ever in the history of India, for the judicial officers of all ranks, police officers, correctional services authorities, juvenile justice boards, advocates, prosecutors, women bodies, social groups, and media representatives to have a dialogue on the growing menace of sexual assault on women. His recommendations made to Justice Verma Commission to effectively tackle the sexual attacks on women led to the amendment of the Code of Criminal Procedure to a certain extent. As a judge of High Court, his directions to the state to fill the vacancies of public prosecutors has resulted in speeding up of criminal trials and changed the pace of criminal justice administration. He has been the advocate for transparency in the judicial proceedings and has voiced his concern to implement regional languages as language of court for a meaningful and effective participation of rural litigant in the trial process. Justice Ramana has participated and chaired several national and international conferences and seminars in India and abroad. He authored various papers on different issues of legal importance and received accolades for his suggestions on global legal education in a seminar organized by the Confederation of Indian Bar. He was instrumental in organizing the first conference of public prosecutors in the state of Andhra Pradesh. He has been a part of various programs of National Legal Services Authority for spreading legal awareness among the masses and for the implementation of speedy justice delivery system. On invitation by the United Kingdom, he visited Great Britain and examined its justice delivery system. He also visited the United States of America to assimilate their legal system. He was part of the International Conclave on Balancing Recovery, Reconstruction and Liquidation, the Emerging Challenges in India, held at Colombo, Sri Lanka. He was also a part of the 14th Conference of Chief Justices of the Supreme Courts of Shanghai Cooperation Organization member state held at Sochi, Russia on 18 June 2019. Justice Ramana was elevated as the Chief Justice of Delhi High Court with effect from 2nd September 2013 and was further elevated as Judge Supreme Court of India on 17 February 2014. He assumed charge as the Chief Justice of India with effect from 24th April 2021. He is a member of General Council of National Law School of India, University, Bangalore. He is also a member of General Body and Governing Council and Executive Committee of National Judicial Academy. He is also a member of National Judicial Academic Council in the National Judicial Academy. Additionally, he is also a member of Governing Council and Chairman of the Library Committee in Indian Law Institute, Delhi. He is currently a visitor at Damodaram Sanjeevaya National Law University, Visakhapatnam and National Law University, Delhi. Justice Ramana is an avid supporter of judicial reforms, particularly alternate dispute redressal mechanism, and promotes use of technology in Indian judicial system. He thrusts for the implementation of justice delivery system in regional languages and advocates for adopting suitable measures for delivering speedy justice to the masses, particularly the weaker and the downtrodden sections of the society. He has keen interest in philosophy and literature beside law. The university takes legitimate pride to state that he is one of a kind alumnus of this university, and the university feels honored to confer the honorary doctorate honoris causa on Justice Sri Nuthalapati Venkataramana. Thank you.
Please, please. The university has the honor and privilege of conferring the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, on Sri Nutalapati Venkataramana, Honorable Chief Justice of India, in recognition and appreciation of his distinguished contribution and service for the promotion of democracy, human rights, values, justice and law at the convocation held on Saturday, 28th August 2022, given under the seal of the university, signed by the Chancellor and Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh. So will the candidates for the degrees and diplomas of the university kindly stand and answer the questions put to them? Please. Do you sincerely promise and declare that if admitted to the degrees, diplomas and titles for which you are candidates and for which you have been recommended, you will, in your daily life and conversation, conduct yourself as members of this university? Do you promise that to the utmost of your opportunity and ability, you will support and promote the cause of morality and sound learning? Do you promise that you will faithfully and carefully fulfill the duties of the professions that you are trained for, that you will, on all occasions, maintain their purity and reputation, and that you will never deviate from the straight path of their honorable exercise by making your knowledge subservient to unworthy ends? Yeah. Let the candidates for the degrees, diplomas and medals prizes be now presented. Yeah.
Mr. Chancellor, permit all the deans to present to you in accordance with the grace of the Executive Council just passed. The candidate whose names are herewith submitted for admission to the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Philosophy, Masters, Bachelor degrees in the different faculties in Acharya Nagarjuna University. Doctor of Philosophy, Chautapalli E. Rajaratnam.
Candidates, please stand in the queue and be quick. Come onto the stage from the right and leave the stage from the left.
Professor G. Prasad Gold Medal, PhD in Commerce and Management Studies. Winner is Venu Gopal Rao Chaudhary.
Faculty of Education, PhD in Education, Billa Raja Ruby Kishore. Agraharapu Nageswar Rao. Agraharapu Nageswar Rao.
Candidates, please stand in the queue, please.
Faculty of Engineering, PhD in Computer Science and Engineering, Chaitanya Konda. Nagendram Sanam.
Candidates, please stand in the queue, please. Requesting to the candidates. CE and ACE, please form the line. Make the students to stand in the queue.
PhD in Electronics and Communication Engineering, Pratibha Goripatti. Akila Jan Davulori. PhD in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, CH Ravikumar. Challapalli Naga Sai Kalyan.
Faculty of Humanities, Yashwant Kumar Reddy K. for PhD degree in Sanskrit language and literature. Next candidate, Kokilagadda Subhagora. Kokilagadda Subhagora. This candidate is the winner of Sri Dharmavarapu Sita Ramanjaneyulu and Anasuya Devi Gold Medal for PhD degree in English language and literature. Gottimukkala Swarnalata. This candidate is the winner of Acharya Tumati Donappa Gold Medal for PhD degree in Telugu language and literature. Rajani Doppalapudi. This candidate is the winner of Sri Dharmavarapu Sita Ramanjaneyulu and Anasuya Devi Gold Medal for PhD degree in English language and literature.
PhD in Law, Lakshmi Jayanti Ramareddy Penumalli. Sri Vemuri Sundar Lakshmi Narasimha Rao Memorial Gold Medal. Taha Muhammad Hussain in LLM. Sri Vemuri Sundaralakshmi Narasimha Memorial Gold Medal, Taha Ahmad Hussain in LLM.
Faculty of Natural Sciences, PhD in Botany, Katta Jhansi. PhD in Botany, Katta Jhansi. PhD in Zoology, Popuri Adinarayana. PhD in Zoology, Injeti Sadasiva Reddy. Gold medal. Guntur Lions Club gold medal, Professor A. Shashagiri Rao Memorial gold medal, and Professor T. Nirmala Mary Sri Kodur Suvarna Manikumar gold medal in botany was awarded to V. Varalakshmi Guppi. V. Varalakshmi Guppi. Injeti Sadasiva Reddy. V. Varalakshmi Guppi. So, Guntur Lions Club gold medal, Professor A. Shashagiri Rao Memorial gold medal, and Professor T. Nirmala Mary Sri Koduru Suvarna Manikumar gold medal was awarded to V. Varalakshmi Guppi.
Faculty of Pharmacy, PhD in Pharmacy, Annapurna Upala.
Faculty of Physical Education and Sports Sciences, PhD degree, Dasari Suranarayana. And Master of Physical Education, Vinnipenta Vemareddy, the Chetty Memorial Mohan Rao, that's gold medal.
Faculty of Physical Sciences, PhD in Chemistry, Mastan Ali Syed. PhD in Mathematics, K. Moses. PhD in Statistics, P. Srinivasa Subramaniam. Mr. Moses, PhD in Mathematics. PhD in Statistics, P. Srinivasa Subramaniam. Studies.
Faculty of Social Sciences, PhD in Ambedkar Chair, Sri Kanti Mohanty Arun Kumar. PhD in Economics, Samson Panditi. Yes. PhD in Sociology, Satish Kumar. PhD in Sociology, T. Narasimha Rao. PhD in Sociology, Satish Kumar. PhD in Sociology, Narasimha Rao.
Mr. Chancellor, I now request that the candidates whose names are herewith submitted in the record of degrees be admitted to their respective degrees and diplomas in absentia.
So by virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of Acharya Nagarjuna University, I admit these candidates in absentia to their respective degrees and diplomas in the university, and in token thereof permit the registrar to present them their degrees and diplomas, and I authorize them to wear the gown and hood ordained as the insignia of their degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, I now request that the candidates whose names are herewith submitted in the records of degrees be admitted in their respective degrees and diplomas in advance.
So by virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of Acharya Nagarjuna University, I admit these candidates in advance to their respective degree and diplomas in the university, and in token thereof permit the registrar to present them their degrees and diplomas, and I authorize them to wear the gown and hood ordained as the insignia of their degrees. I request the Chancellor to sign the record of degrees and diploma. I request the Honorable Minister, Sri Botha Satyanarayana Garu, to convey his wishes and message. Yeah.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. పెద్దలు రాష్ట్ర గవర్నర్ బిశ్వభూషణ్ హరిచంద్ర గారికి, భారత సుప్రీంకోర్టు ప్రధాన న్యాయమూర్తి నూతలపాటి వెంకటరమణ గారికి ఈ రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం తరఫున సాదర స్వాగతాన్ని చెబుతూ, ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో ఇచ్చేసిన రాష్ట్ర హైకోర్టు న్యాయమూర్తి అందరికీ, అలాగే మా రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వ అధికారులకు, యూనివర్సిటీ అధికారులకు, ఇచ్చేసిన డిగ్రీలు తీసుకుంటున్న వారి కుటుంబ సభ్యులకు, అలాగే ఇక్కడికి ఈరోజు ముందుగా ఈ పట్టాలు అలాగే పథకాలను పొందుతున్న అభ్యర్థులందరికీ నా అభినందనలు, నమస్కారాలు ముందుగా తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాను. ఇప్పుడు మన గౌరవ ప్రధాన న్యాయమూర్తి గారికి, భారత వెంకటరమణ గారికి మరి గౌరవ డాక్టరేట్ ఇచ్చి సన్మానం చేసుకున్నాం. ఇది ఒక ఘట్టం. ఈరోజు ఈ గడ్డ మీద పుట్టి ఈ రాష్ట్రంలోనే ఈ విశ్వవిద్యాలయంలో చదువుకున్న ఒక పూర్వ విద్యార్థికి ఇటువంటి గౌరవ డాక్టరేట్ ఇవ్వడం అనేది ఈ విశ్వవిద్యాలయంలో ఇది మొట్టమొదటిసారి. ఇది విశ్వవిద్యాలయానికే గర్వకారణమని ఈ సందర్భంగా మనవి చేస్తున్నాను. ఈ నేపథ్యంలో దీని ద్వారా, ఈ స్ఫూర్తి ద్వారా ఒక విషయాన్ని తెలియజేస్తున్నాను ఈ సమాజానికి. ఏదైతే కష్టించి పండించే రైతు బిడ్డ అదే కష్టాన్ని చదువులో చూపిస్తే ఎంతగా ఎదగలడో మిగతా ప్రపంచానికి అందరికీ ఈ గౌరవ డాక్టరేట్ ద్వారా ఈరోజు ఇది తెలియచెప్పింది. ఈ అంశం వ్యక్తి అనేవాడు పట్టుదల, కార్యదీక్ష, ఆ దీక్షని చదువుపైన ఉంచితే అదే మనకు నిజమైన సంపదగా నమ్మవచ్చు. నమ్మింది ఈ రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం. అటువంటి చదువు మీద ఉంచి ఇటువంటి ఉన్నత శిఖరాలకి అధిరోహించిన మరి మన శ్రీ జస్టిస్ గారికి, వారి తాలూకా విద్యార్థి దశ నుంచే ఇది రూపొందించుకున్న ఈ నేపథ్యంలో ఇవాళ ఈ ప్రభుత్వం వారి తాలూకా స్ఫూర్తికి అనుగుణంగానే ఈ ప్రభుత్వం వచ్చి నూతన విద్యా విధానాన్ని చదువులో తీసుకొచ్చిందని చెప్పడంలో సంతోషిస్తున్నాను. ఎక్కువ ప్రాధాన్యత విద్య మీద ఈ ప్రభుత్వం ఇస్తుందని చెప్పడంలో శోచనీయం కాదు. మరి ఈ భారతదేశంలోనే ఈ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ప్రథమంగా ఉందని విషయాన్ని తెలియజేస్తూ, ప్రాథమిక విద్యారంభం నుంచే ఉన్నత విద్య వరకు గ్యాస్ ఎన్రోల్మెంట్ రేషియోని పెంచే దిశగా మా ప్రభుత్వం దృష్టి పెట్టిందనే విషయాన్ని కూడా ఈ సందర్భంగా ఇక్కడున్న పెద్దలందరికీ కూడా తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. మన పిల్లలు పోటీ ప్రపంచంలో సవాళ్ళను ఎదుర్కోవాలని, నిలబడాలని, నాణ్యమైన విద్యను మాత్రమే దానికి ఒక సాధనం అనేది ఈ ప్రభుత్వం నమ్మింది. ఆ నమ్మిన దిశగా ఇవాళ ఈ విద్యారంగంలో నూతన విద్యా విధానాన్ని పెడుతూ, ఏదైతే నిర్బంధ విద్య కాకుండా ఏదైతే విద్య హక్కుగా ఈ ప్రభుత్వం ఈ రాజ్యాంగంలో రూపొందించామో ఆ దిశగా ఇవాళ ప్రయత్నాలు చేస్తున్నామనే విషయాన్ని కూడా ఈ నేపథ్యంలో తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. ఆ దిశగా నూతన విద్యారంగంలో ఎన్నో లక్ష్యాలను నిర్దేశించుకొని వాటిని సాధించే దిశగా ఇవాళ యూనివర్సిటీలన్నీ మల్టీ డిసిప్లినరీ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అండ్ రీసెర్చ్ యూనివర్సిటీగా తీర్చిదిద్దాలనే నిర్ణయం చేస్తున్నాం. అంతర్జాతీయ అవసరాలకు, ప్రమాణాలకు అనుగుణంగా ఉన్నత విద్యాబోధనలో తీసుకొచ్చిన విధానాన్ని కూడా ఈ సందర్భంగా తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. రాష్ట్రంలో యూనివర్సిటీలన్నీ తొలుత జాతీయ, అటుపై అంతర్జాతీయ స్థాయిలో ర్యాంకులు సాధించే మెరుగైన లక్ష్యాలను చేయడానికి, మెరుగుపరచడానికి ప్రభుత్వం లక్ష్యం దిశగా పయనిస్తుందనే విషయాన్ని కూడా ఈ సందర్భంగా తెలియజేస్తాను. ఈ దిశగా ఈ ప్రభుత్వం కార్యక్రమాలు చేస్తూ లక్ష్యాన్ని దిశగా కార్యక్రమం చేస్తూ యూనివర్సిటీలన్నింటినీ పనిచేస్తూ ప్రతిభావంతమైన విద్యార్థుల్ని ఈ దేశానికి ఇవ్వాలనే ఉద్దేశంతో ఈ ప్రభుత్వం ప్రత్యేకమైన దృష్టిని మా ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు జగన్మోహన్ గారి నేతృత్వంలో ఈ కార్యక్రమాలు రూపొందిస్తామని తెలియజేస్తూ ఇవాళ మరొకసారి ఈ గౌరవ డాక్టరేట్ తీసుకున్న మరి రమణ గారికి వారితో ఈ సందర్భంగా ఇదే యూనివర్సిటీలో చదువుకొని ఇదే యూనివర్సిటీలో మరి గౌరవ డాక్టరేట్ తీసుకున్న నేపథ్యంలో అది వారికి కాదు ఈ గర్వకారణం, ఈ రాష్ట్ర ప్రధానికే గర్వకారణమని, ఈ రాష్ట్రంలో ఉన్న యావత్ విద్యాలోకానికి ఇది ఒక స్ఫూర్తిని ఇది తెలియజేసుకుంటూ సెలవు తీసుకుంటున్నాను. జై హింద్.
So I request the chief guest and the recipient of honorary doctorate, Sri Justice N.V. Ramana Garu, to address the convocation.
His Excellency, the Governor of Andhra Pradesh, Chancellor of Acharya Nagarjuna University, Sri Biswabhushan Harichandran, Honorable Minister, my dear friend Boccha Satyanarayana, Government of Andhra Pradesh, my Chief Justice of Andhra Pradesh High Court, brother and sister judges, Professor Rajshekar P., Vice Chancellor of the University, Registrar of the University, members of the Executive Council, Deans of Faculties, respected teachers, officers and staff of the Nagarjuna University, my dear classmates, other distinguished guests and dear students, media persons, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me express my congratulations and thanks to all those who completed their academic course and received their degrees and medals in the 37th and 30th Convocation. I also take this opportunity to congratulate the proud parents and the family members of the new graduates. The students must never forget the sacrifices of their parents and the family. On this occasion, I feel extremely privileged to be receiving an honorary doctorate from my own university. A large part of who we are today is shaped by the values, principles and knowledge instilled by educational institutions in our early stages of self-discovery and development. Not only does it shape our mind and personality, but it also serves as a launching pad of people's aspirations and dreams. Acharya Nagarjuna University, one of such institutions where the pursuit of academic excellency and cultural heritage went hand in hand. The founders of this institution have taken a cue from the ideals and principles of philosopher, scholar Sri Acharya Nagarjuna in establishing and renaming this university. Many contemporary scholars consider him to be one of the greatest philosophers in the history of Asia. He spent his final years preaching in this region and he had a profound influence on people's thoughts. Acharya Nagarjuna University has designed around providing integrated education that places equal focus on developing moral character and achieving academic excellency. Now, in the past 4 decades, it has gone into the university with 450 affiliated colleges, imparting various degrees in engineering, law and pharmacy to name a few. In pre-independence India, education imparted by the colonial rulers was centered around producing an obedient workforce. When the world had just emerged out of 2 devastating world wars, it was imminent that the nation's fate would be dependent on the ideologies of the population. Independent India needed a model of education which removed our colonial thinking and promoted national integration and creation of awareness. When the new nation was born in 1947, it already had a population of 350 million. We started as a preliminary agriculture country, replete with issues of social inequity, poverty and illiteracy. However, many statesmen believed that inequalities that exist in society could be eradicated by pursuing mission education. They believed that a holistic education would put a halt on appropriative and restrictive conventions passed on through generations. With social awareness and sensibility, general populace could move forward with a more inclusive attitude. As Nelson Mandela has once said, I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world," unquote. For modern independent India, education was not just a movement for self-enlightenment, it was a movement seeking social upliftment and economic revolution. This is why the Kothari Commission report in 1966 stated, "The destiny of India is now being shaped in her classrooms." This, we believe, is no more rhetoric. In a world based on science and technology, it is education that determines the level of prosperity, welfare, and security of the people. Therefore, it was almost important to focus on equal distribution of educational opportunities. Recognizing the need of access to education, the Supreme Court read the right to education into the ambit of right to life. Article 21A was subsequently inserted, mandating free and compulsory education for all children in the age group of 16 to 14. The ideal of education for all also found reflection in the fundamental duties and directive principles of the state policy. Finally, in 2009, Right to Education Act came into force. Coming to professional education in India, it was evident of professional institutions in independent India which provided accessible education to all classes. A generation of students got an opportunity for the first time to access professional education. These institutions of learning led to the upliftment of oppressed. In effect, it resulted in the emancipation of people from the cycle of intergenerational poverty and exclusion. These institutions of excellency were a platform for great social and economic mobility. Unfortunately, the focus of professional course continued to be on the creation of obedient workforce which could generate the required output. The sole object behind such an education was to secure highly remunerative and profitable job opportunities. There was a total neglect of equal importance of subjects such as the humanities, natural sciences, history, economics, and languages. The harsh reality is that even after the students enter professional universities, they focus on classroom learning and not on the world beyond. But the pertinent question is, what is the primary object of education? Is it for the individual or for the society? Holistic education is one which ultimately can balance both these interests, both the important facet of education. Individuality should be preserved and nurtured, as this will create leaders and visionaries. At the same time, education should enable us to be responsive to social needs, such as the maintenance of social order and justice in pluralistic society. When I attended this university nearly 4 decades ago, our learning was not limited to the boundaries of classes. We used to debate on ideologies, philosophy, politics, and social issues under the trees or in the canteen or dining halls. Our deliberations, our activism, our resolution to bring out changes shaped our opinions about the world. It taught us the value of an individual voice and opinion. In shaping the dynamic of society and politics, we realized the value of a liberal democracy, where the rights and freedoms protect our thought and speech, where diversity of opinion is welcome. I want to take a break. I want the permission of the Honorable Governor to tell an incident which in my mother tongue. నేను ఈ యూనివర్సిటీలో స్టూడెంట్గా చేరడానికి కారణం ఈ యూనివర్సిటీలో ఉన్నటువంటి ఎంప్లాయీస్ అసోసియేషన్. ఈ యూనివర్సిటీ మొదలుపెట్టబోయే ముందు పీజీ సెంటర్గా ఉండేది గుంటూరులో. ఇక్కడ యూనివర్సిటీ మొదలుపెట్టే ముందు ఇక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి వర్క్ ఫోర్స్ అంటే ఎంప్లాయీస్ చాలా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్లో ఉండేవాళ్ళు. వాళ్ళకి నేను డిగ్రీ కాలేజీలో స్టూడెంట్గా ఉండగా వాళ్ళ అసోసియేషన్కి యాక్టివ్ లీడర్గా ఉండేవాడు. వాళ్ళంతా వచ్చి నన్ను నా బీఎస్సీ డిగ్రీ అయిపోయి నేను ఒక జర్నలిస్ట్గానో లేదా ప్రొఫెషనల్లో సెటిల్ అవుదాం అనుకున్న స్టేజ్లో నా ఇంటి ముందు వర్చువల్గా వచ్చి ధర్నా చేసి మీరు యూనివర్సిటీలో లా స్టూడెంట్గా చేరాలని అడిగారు. అది దాని మూలంగా నేను యూనివర్సిటీలో లా చదవటం, తర్వాత నేను ఇవాళ ఉన్నటువంటి పొజిషన్కి రావడం జరిగింది. అంతేకాదు ఈ యూనివర్సిటీలో ఎన్నో జ్ఞాపకాలు. ఎందుకంటే అప్పుడు ఇన్ని బిల్డింగులు లేవు, ఇంత స్టాఫ్ లేరు. ఒక 2 రేకుల షెడ్లు మాత్రమే ఉండేది, ఒక క్యాంటీన్ షెడ్ ఉండేది. మా అడ్డా క్లాస్ రూమ్ల కన్నా కూడా క్యాంటీనే. అనేక మంది మా క్లాస్మేట్స్ మిత్రులు కూడా ఉన్నారు. గౌతమ్ రెడ్డి ఒకటి ఉన్నాడు, రవీంద్ర కుమార్ ఉన్నాడు, ఇంకా మిత్రులు చాలామంది ఉన్నారు. మేము గంటల తరబడి ఆ క్యాంటీన్ దగ్గర కూర్చొని అనేక విషయాల మీద చర్చించేవాళ్ళం. సమాజంలో ఉన్నటువంటి అనేకమైనటువంటి సమస్యల మీద చైతన్యంతో ఎంతో చర్చలు జరిగాయి. మరి భిన్నమైనటువంటి అభిప్రాయాలు ఉండేది. మా నుంచి మిగతా బ్రాంచెస్ అన్నీ కూడా చాలా స్ఫూర్తి పొందినాయి. ఒకసారి యూనివర్సిటీలో ఒక నిర్ణయం తీసుకోవడం జరిగింది. మిగతా డిపార్ట్మెంట్ వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఏమనంటే, ఈ లా కాలేజీని ఇక్కడి నుంచి పంపించేయాలా, వీళ్ళు ఉంటే ఇక్కడ మిగతా స్టూడెంట్స్ని కూడా స్పాయిల్ చేస్తున్నారు, మరి తెలివి ఎక్కువైపోతుంది స్టూడెంట్స్కి అనేటటువంటి అభిప్రాయాన్ని కూడా వెలిపించినటువంటి రోజులు ఉన్నాయి. అవన్నీ కూడా మధురమైనటువంటి స్మృతులు. ఏదేమైనప్పటికీ కూడా ఆ రోజుల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి చైతన్యం, ఆ రోజుల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి సామాజిక విషయాల మీద ఉన్నటువంటి స్పృహ ఈరోజు కనిపించకపోవటం కొంచెం దురదృష్టకరం అని చెప్పేసి నేను అనుకుంటున్నాను. ఇది నా అనుభవం కాబట్టి ఈ సందర్భంలో అవకాశం తీసుకొని నాకు డాక్టరేట్ ఇచ్చినటువంటి యూనివర్సిటీ సొంత తల్లి లాంటిది. నా అభిప్రాయాన్ని మీకు పంచుకుంటున్నాను. అంతేకాదు, యూనివర్సిటీలో ఏ సమావేశం జరగని, అది స్టూడెంట్ ఫెడరేషనా, లేకపోతే ఆర్ఎస్యుఆ, పీడిఎస్యుఆ, ఏబీవీపీఆ, కాంగ్రెస్సా, కమ్యూనిస్టా, ఎవరన్నా కానీ అన్ని సమావేశాలకు వెళ్ళేవాళ్ళం, పార్టిసిపేట్ చేసి డిబేట్ చేసేవాళ్ళం, మరి అప్రిషియేట్ చేసేవాళ్ళం. ఇవాళ అటువంటి రకమైనటువంటి సమావేశాలు, విద్యార్థి సంఘాలకు సంబంధించినటువంటి సమావేశాలు ఎక్కడ జరుగుతున్నట్టు కనిపించట్లేదు. మీరు చర్చించకుండా, సమస్యల మీద స్పందించకపోతే, ప్రత్యేకించి యువతరం మరి దేశ భవిష్యత్తు సంగతి ఏంటో కూడా ఒకసారి ఆలోచించుకోండి. మరి మీరందరూ కూడా సామాజిక స్పృహ కలిగి సమస్యల పట్ల, సమాజం పట్ల గౌరవంతో వాళ్ళకి ఆదర్శప్రాయంగా నిలబడాలని చెప్పేసి ఈ సందర్భంగా నేను కోరుతున్నాను. These institutions were a reflection of our social cultural diversity. Our distinct identities and backgrounds elevated our deliberations by bringing in diverse opinions. Our collective endeavors taught us the value of the spirit of fraternity. It kept us connected to our roots. We felt the responsibility of building an equitable society. It was through these shared experiences that we understand the nerve of the society. I am witnessing the education system preferred by the present generation. I am afraid that institutions are losing their social relevance. We are witnessing mushrooming factories of education which are leading to devaluation of degrees and human resources. I am not sure who or what is to be blamed. When our institutions of national importance were created, the sole purpose was to provide wholesome education to all, which would be directed at a national building. True education should enable individuals to acknowledge the deep-rooted issues prevailing in society and find appropriate solutions. Universities ought to be the incubation centers of novel ideas and path-breaking research. The next issue is the decline of social participation of students. I remember decades ago, this university premises was a fertile ground for various social movements in the state. In an early age, as students, we are deeply connected to social issues and the problems of the people. Those early associations with social causes are what shape the nation-building sentiments in us. The need of the hour is to develop a model education which must teach us how to face real life of challenges. It should enable us to achieve social solidarity and create individuals who are meaningful members of society. It is time for a transformation of our education system. Our institutes must focus on the value of social relationships and conscientious citizenship. It should blend our historical baggage with a futuristic vision to equip young minds with the right tools and attitudes to transform our society with awareness and right understanding. Universities and their research wings should focus on issues affecting our country and try to find comprehensive solutions. Apart from enhancing their own house capabilities, the university must collaborate with renowned research and development organizations. This will provide practical experience to students and encourage a culture of scientific inquiry and research. There should be active cooperation by the state to earmark funds for research and innovation. It will be a sad commentary if we allow our key areas of learning and research to suffer on account of lack of funding. While aiming for economic progress, we must not lose sight of our cultural and environmental duty. It would be a grave dishonor to our roots The youth of today must think of innovative ways of benefiting from the untapped composite culture of India. I call upon you, all of you, as change makers, you must be consciousness change makers. Think of sustainable models of development. This consciousness must acknowledge the needs of our community and environment while being pioneers in your respective fields. Take inspiration from your culture and language and try to accommodate in your vision and for the future. Transcend beyond the ideas of self. Try to take your community along with you. Develop an inclusive vision of progress. Be a stakeholder in the nation building process. Before parting, I would urge you all to build a democracy filled with vibrancy and idealism, where differences of identities and opinions are respected. Don't allow corrupt thoughts. Don't tolerate injustices. Think beyond yourself and be willing to make sacrifices. Be sensitive to the needs of the community and the society. Standing before you, it would be pertinent to quote Mahakavi Gurajada Apparao, a great poet and reformist of 19th and 20th century. Desamante matti kadoi, desamante manushloi. Gurajada Apparao gave a universal definition to the concept of nation. He said, a nation is not merely a territory. A nation is essentially its people. Only when its people progress, the nation progress. Sonta labam konta manukoni porugu vadiki todu padavai. Gurajada went on to urge people to raise above one's own interest and to extend a helping hand to those in need. If we start practicing this principle, we will soon start seeing a better world free of conflicts and violence. It is towards establishing such a progressive world that you need to endeavor as global citizens. Before I conclude, I would like to say sincere thanks to the Executive Council, the Chancellor and the Vice Chancellor of Nagarjuna University for their decision to confer the honorary doctorate. This university is fortunate to have Sri Biswa Bhushan Harichandan ji as the Chancellor of the university. He is a seasoned politician with rich experience. Honorable Governor is a freedom fighter and a man of letters. Perhaps he is the only one who is born before independence. We all owe gratitude to such freedom fighters. His statesmanly vision will guide this university to reach higher heights. I congratulate the Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajashekar Patti, for successfully organizing this event and administering this university. He has genuine concern about the resources. I am sure Sri Botsa Satyanarayana Garu, Honorable Minister for Education, will take care of the needs of the university. I am sure he is equally concerned about the growth and progress of education in the state. Sri Satyanarayana Garu is a person who is a public life for decades. He is a student leader himself. He is champion for the causes of the weaker sections of the society. I am happy that Honorable Chief Justice and brother and sister judges of the High Court of Andhra Pradesh are with me in the convocation, spending their whole day. I do not see the honorary doctorate as an honor for me alone. It is an honor that we will collectively share as representatives of the institution of the judiciary. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Namaskar.
I request the Honorable Governor and Chancellor to address the convocation.
Honorable Chief Justice, C.N.B. Ramana, Chief Justice of India, recipient of Honorary Kasha, Sri Botsa Satyanarayana, Honorable Minister of Education, Sri Shamal Rao, as Principal Secretary, Education, Sri Hemchand Reddy, Chairman, Higher Education, Justice Prashant Mishra, Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court, other judges of the High Court, dignitaries, Professor P. Rajsekhar, Vice Chancellor, members of the Executive Council, the Senate and the Academic Council, recipients of degrees and medal winners, faculty members, university officials, my dear students and their proud parents, members of the print and economic media, my warm greetings to you all. Today's convocation is another special occasion in the history of Acharya Nagarjuna University, as the university holds its 37th and 38th convocation, celebrating the accomplishments and achievements of its students. It has been long and glorious journey of 46 years for Acharya Nagarjuna University as an institution of higher learning. As the university takes another step forward, holding its grand legacy, I feel immensely happy to be a part of this event in the capacity of Chancellor of the University. Convocation is a part of the events of an academic calendar of the University. It provides a memorable occasion to celebrate the intellectual and academic quest of the students and their achievements with the family, friends and well-wishers as they get ready for the next phase of their professional career. At the very outset, I convey my heartiest congratulations to the young men and women on the successful completion of your academic programs in arts, commerce and law, science, engineering and technology, pharmaceutical science and physical education. The years of toil and labor in pursuit of intellectual excellence has brought you today to the gateway of all your future dreams and achievements. I also congratulate all the parents, the faculty members, staff and other employees of the university who are directly or indirectly involved in this process. Graduating students must always remember that parents, teachers, guides and mentors play a crucial role in the successful completion of their degrees and contribute towards their achievements. Looking at the graduating students who are present here, it is certainly a proud moment for the university and to many of us in many ways. It is a moment of celebration for the graduates because this moment exhibits the reward of their meticulous strivings over the period of the studentship. It is also a proud moment for the parents and guardians as their dream comes true. Finally, it showcases an achievement for the university because it has been successful in prevailing higher education to students who will now step into their chosen professional career. Today, Acharya Nagarjuna University, by keeping up with the thoughtful tradition, has conferred the degree of honorary causa on Justice Sri N.V. Ramana, the Chief Justice of India, for the notable contribution in his field. I extend my hearty congratulations to Justice N.V. Ramana, Chief Justice of India, the recipient of degree of honorary causa, and I wish that Justice Sri N.V. Ramana would continue to enrich his profession with his enormous knowledge and dedication. As a country, we have advanced in infrastructure, industries, healthcare, education, science, technology, and agriculture. And we owe these developments to committed Indians whose eyes survey the world but feet are deeply rooted in the culture of this land. The precedent set by us, progressive countrymen, is enough to incite you to work with zeal and make India the best in the world. Dear students, you are a reservoir of energy, creativity, and full of progressive ideas, and you constitute a large number in the population of this country. Yet India is to reach the zenith of development. Why it is so? Well, it is because there is a difference between what you do and what you are capable of achieving. Remember the philosophy of the Vedanta, the Gita, the Yoga, and the tradition of your country, not only in intellect but in your life, to connect with the divinity inside you. Broaden your vision, not only for yourself but also for your country, and work upon perfecting your action to achieve the aim of a strong India which leaves an indelible imprint of the world. I consider such students of Acharya Nagarjuna University as a unique individual with unique abilities and opportunities for personal and professional growth. As you said, to cross this important threshold in your life journey, I commend you on your achievement, and I wish you to live the life of a virtue individually and in the society, to be people of humility, people of integrity, people of character. I expect you to transcend the limit of the meritocracy, to discover who are called to and what you are called to do in this world. Chase your dreams. Never stop trying. Never stop learning. Never be disheartened with the setback or failures. Live life to the fullest and give it nothing but your best. Discuss, debate, and disagree how much ever you may want, but when it comes to the working on the field, fill your minds with the idea that our nation always comes first. The journey of life brings both challenges and opportunities, and it depends on your how you turn every challenge into an opportunity. As you all are aware, the National Education Policy 2020 replaces the 34-year-old National Policy on Education of 1986. The NEP 2020 is built on the foundational pillars of access, equality, quality, affordability, and accountability, and is aligned with the 2030 agenda for sustainable development and aims to transform India into a vibrant knowledge society and global knowledge superpower by making both school and college education more holistic, flexible, multidisciplinary, suited to 21st century needs and aim bringing out the unique capability of such students. NEP 2020 aims to increase the gross enrollment ratio in higher education, including vocational education, from 26.3% in 2018 to 50% by 2035. 3.5 crore new seats will be added to higher education institutions with an aim to ensure inclusive and equitable education system by 2030. Let us recall the words of Nobel literate Rabindranath Tagore, who said, "The higher education is that which does not merely give us information, but makes our life in harmony with all existence." I once again congratulate all the students on receiving their degree and fulfilling their dreams. I call each of you to action to go out from here with confidence, with the blessings of your teachers, and make a distinct identity for yourself. Universities today themselves for your being at the frontier of knowledge. Many innovations which have transformed our way of life originated from the university. A university can grow successfully only when research and teaching go together seamlessly. Therefore, we must assure development of a collaborative environment conducive to learning, exposure to the best international practices, and promotion of innovation and creativity. I would like to suggest that Acharya Nagarjuna University may identify any specific area where it possesses expertise and potential for advanced research and develop it into a center of excellence and research which can attract scholars from within the country and abroad. And my young friends who will go out of the university and work in different spheres of the society, don't forget your nation and the societies, especially the downtrodden people of the society who have been deprived of the many privileges which are due to them. Stand by them. That is your duty. And as you know, you are very fortunate that Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav is being celebrated all over the country, and we are hoisting the national flag over all the housetops, saying that what is this tricolor flag? This is the pride of the nation. And we are showing to the entire world that we are united. In spite of all the differences, India stands united, and India is now the greatest democracy of the world. And in all crucial matters of the world, when there is fighting with the different blocks, India stands firm in its own stand. No war. Peace is only the requirement of the countries of the world. And I like to say what sort of sacrifices has been made by our freedom fighters when they were under the bondage of Britishers for about 150 years, at how there are freedom fights. When you work in the society, find these people who are being deprived of various advantages which are due to them, you must stand by them and you help them, because you look to the sacrifices which have been made by our freedom fighters and they have great dreams. I think those dreams have not yet been fulfilled. And here also the Honorable Prime Minister has made an attempt by celebrating this Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav all over the country to enkindle the spirit of patriotism amongst all the people of the country. If that day comes, if it is rekindled, then it will not be difficult for us to be a developed nation very soon. And India is in a crucial stage, and in this crucial stage also it has taken its stand, which is being praised by all the countries of the world, that in spite of all the pressure by both the blocs not to join us, India did not budge an inch and the Prime Minister stands firm. And I like to tell you that the sacrifices which have been made by our great freedom fighter like Justice Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, whose hologram statue has been inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister at India Gate. And at that time I said that Netaji has reached India Gate because Netaji has then given a call that Chalo, Delhi Chalo. And he said, give me blood, I will give you freedom. There is no power in the world which can keep us under bondage for any more years. We must get freedom. Gandhiji in 1942, when asked the Britishers quit India, many people ridiculed him and said that this naked fakir is asking such a big power of the world to quit India. But they did not know the confidence in Mahatma Gandhi. They did not know the foresight of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was confident that Britishers must go and India must be freed. And when lakhs of freedom fighters joined the voice of Mahatma Gandhi and asked the Britishers, quit India, there is a turmoil all over the country, starting from Himalaya to Kanyakumari. Freedom fighters come to the street without caring for bullets. What great sacrifices they have made. You remember that. Here also we observed about our tricolor flag. The design has been given by Andhra Pradesh. Mr. Pingal Venkaya had shown to Mahatma Gandhi in the National Executive, which was being celebrated at Vijayawada. He said, Gandhiji, a flag is necessary, and I have made a design. Gandhiji was very much pleased. And at that time, he had made two colors, red and green, Hindus and Muslims. Gandhiji suggested him, you have another white one so that it will indicate peace and all other communities. And that was done. And he had Sarkha inside saying, it is for Swaraj. Ultimately, our tricolor flag has come to this side. This is the contribution of Pingal Venkaya, whose birth anniversary was being celebrated recently, and I was there as the chief guest. And the contribution of Eluri Sitaram Raju was also celebrated, and I had also the opportunity of attending that, and it was unveiled. The great statue has been unveiled by the Prime Minister. Prime Minister is moving all over the country and only aim that once the spirit of patriotism will be enkindled in the hearts of the people, then there is no power in the world which can challenge India. And with that spirit, you serve your country, serve the society, and especially the downtrodden people of the society. So that will be your contribution, not that you would live for yourself, live for those people, for the country, the nation, and standing under the tricolor flag, proudly say that we are Indians, we are a big power of the world in everything, even economically. Thank you all. Joy.
I thank the Honorable Governor for his inspiring convocation address. Now I request as Principal Secretary, Higher Education, Sri Syamal Rao Garu, and Chairman, AP State Council of Higher Education to join in felicitating Honorable Governor and our Honorable Chief Justice of India and Honorable Minister for Education. Kindly, sir, please do the felicitations and offer mementos on behalf of the University. So I request the Honorable Chief Justice of India to give the memento and offer shawl to our Honorable Minister for Education. Yes. I request the Register to propose. I move that the thanks of the convocation be tendered to the Honorable Governor Sri Biswabhushan Harichandan and the Honorable Chief Justice of India Sri N.V. Ramana Garu. I request the Register of the University to second the motion. I now dissolve the convocation. So I request everyone to stand for national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता
Please remain standing as the procession leaves the hall.